Do we have any other reacts that you guys want me to do? I posted this one. Alright, we'll watch this one. I forgot about this.
Frick you too, and I don't care if you don't care.
Under the law, but acting as your copyright assertion partner is not one of them. Your firm continues to make improper and overly burdensome demands, including immediate threats of motion practice and non-existent legal matters. That whole paragraph of word salad is a Discord lawyer telling a company to f off because they're trying to find video game pirates on Discord by invading a bunch of people's privacy.
Yeah, because you see why we haven't played Discord for I mean not Discord, Maple Story for a while. They're basically trying to break the First Amendment of America, because they're trying to subpoena and get into Discords that have to do with Maple Story private servers. And
today we're in for a treat because this is the most juicy lawyer drama I have seen in a hot minute. So for some background and just to understand what's going on, there's a video game called Maple Story, which is a free-to-play 2D side-scrolling MMO that was launched in 2003. Now, this video game is owned by a company called Nexon Co. Limited. Nexon, believe it or not, is a ginormous company. In fact, if you look on their Wikipedia page, their revenue for the year 2021 was 274.5 billion yen, which is equivalent to $1.8 billion a year. If it isn't clear, Nexon is printing a shitload of money, and their whole game model is free-to-play online worlds. And you can see from this graph here that they have a handful of games that have made
one of their games that's made them a lot of money is Maple Story.
In their lifetime, more than $20 billion for Dungeon and Fighter, and for Maple Story, more than $3 billion. Now you might be asking, how does a video game company make $3 billion off a free-to-play online virtual world gaming model? Before I continue, I just want to say, this is my personal opinion, and everything I'm talking about is alleged, because right now the case is all ongoing.
And here's where y'all are gonna freak out and start like trying to get game preservation, because this next thing is going to terrify you.
Dang, how do they make billions of dollars? Well, they do scummy stuff.
Remember how
like
we play private server? I play private
according
servers
to a news
sometimes.
article on September 22nd in 2024,
Oh, yeah, by the
it
way,
turns out
Nexon
Nexon had to pay $16 million to compensate Maple
Haven't done it in a
Story
while,
players
I'll say
for
that, but
rigging
I-
loot
I-
boxes.
I've done that.
But ladies and gentlemen,
I know
not
some
done.
sites.
Things get even worse. It goes from just greedy company into full-on dystopian reality, because there's this Korean news article, and the headline reads,
Read that, think about it, and think of how dystopian that sounds. You see how messed up that looks?
the main culprit who operated the illegal private server of Maple Story, you know, the video game that we're talking about, is arrested and sent to prison, and another is wanted by Interpol. People who have made a private server for a video game are getting arrested and sent to prison. We're fucked if this is where society is going. In addition to the main culprit, 4 other people, including employees of a host—
And here's the thing, 4 employees of a hosting company. They have nothing to do with the game. Designers, all they did was design some of the stuff, like the pictures for it. And the programmers that made it were sentenced to the exact same thing of going to jail. Hello? Recover all their ill-gotten gains. You know, most of these servers are free, right? And they're ran off of donations, so the people don't even get really that much money from them. They just run it because they're tired of your crap. This is why I'll never be sponsored by Nexon, by the way. Because I know when a company's being crap. And seek compensation. The people that are playing these, Nexon, we're never going to spend money in the first place. To you, at least. Like, you stopped running permanent pets. That's when you lost me. Because I don't like having to spend what feels like a subscription model for my pet. Because, hello?
Hosting company. These people aren't involved. They're just hosting the game.
Yeah, like they're not even involved. The hosting company?
And programmers who were involved in the operation of the private server. All those people were arrested and sent to prison on the same charges. In prison, we have people that do the most heinous shit on the
Finally
planet.
home.
Killed people, ate people, stole thousands of dollars from a company, people, from their own company, people.
Then we have people who made a private video game
illegal
server
private
going
server.
to prison. And it's not just going to prison, by the way.
Illegal.
Nexon said, remember, the video game company that rigged loot boxes, I really want to drop.
And you know what's hilarious? There is no way they can pay that. Most of these people probably don't even have the money to file for bankruptcy.
Drive that point home just
And
to show
like
you how big
60
of a
million?
piece of my personal opinion.
You know what's hilarious? You know how much money they made off of rigging these loot boxes? About $1 billion. Or a couple $100 million. And they only had to pay 16.
This company is. Nexon said, we plan to take legal
In civil and criminal cases, punish them and recover all their ill-gotten gains.
action in civil and criminal cases to punish them, recover all of their ill-gotten gains, and seek compensation for damages. Illegal private servers are those that create and service similar games without permission from the copyright holder. They operate as if they were the same game without going through an official server. And apparently, it takes
Unfair profits. Most of the money is donations. Like, you can play the game completely free. Like,
fair profits from users. The whole reason why this is happening.
but yeah, like,
We're taking a
here's
look
the
at
big
an
thing.
article by Torrent Freak, which I'll have linked in the description. Thankfully, in this article, they explain the background on why Discord is being involved. Under US law, rights holders have an option to identify alleged copyright infringers without having to file a lawsuit. So instead of going through the process of filing some massive lawsuit that costs a whole bunch of money, instead, people who own a copyright can request a DMCA subpoena. In terms of like a lawsuit being a level 100 mafia boss, a DMCA subpoena is like the level 1 noob. It's a very low-level document. They're typically signed by account clerk, and they don't require any judicial oversight. And the reason why any company would use a DMCA subpoena is so that they can get the personal details of an anonymous person who is allegedly infringing someone's copyright through third-party service providers. And that's where we get to taking a look at legal documents. Now, the second I see a legal document in a
here's
YouTube
the
video,
thing.
my eyes roll to the back of my head. So
I think a lot of these things need to be upgraded and stuff. And here's the thing. What Nexon won't tell you. One, these servers are ran almost completely free. They're ran off of the people's own money. And two, any money they do get is through donations. They're not required nor requested. And three, the donations go strictly to running the game. Like, because they need to, like, to pay server costs and stuff. But they don't ever press it on people. I've played a few of them.
We're going to skip all the nonsense and we're going to go straight into the important bits that actually explain what the fuck is going on. On June 12th, 2024 at 12 p.m., this legal firm sent a subpoena to Discord, a DMCA subpoena. Now, again, a subpoena is basically a piece of paper that is forcing you can see in bold, you are commanded, forcing you to provide information. Nexon wants Discord to provide the information of every single user that they list, which I'll show you the big list, and the information that they want from each one of those Discord users are their names, last known addresses, last known telephone telephone numbers, all email addresses, and mailing and billing addresses of each of their payment methods. They also want hosting providers and servers and any other contact information and logs of IP addresses. Now, at this point, I wasn't aware, but it turns out hosting providers and servers, what Nexon means by this is a lot worse than just getting access to a Discord server. Now, if you're not informed on how Discord's copyright system works, it's pretty straightforward. On Discord, if you have any copyright or intellectual property violations, what you can do is you can file a DMCA takedown request using Discord's built-in form, which is relatively easy. You send in your email, subject, description. The really important thing about this form is that typically what you do is you report a message and you have to provide a message link. Like, you need to show Discord what is the thing that is breaking your copyright. You need to show Discord directly because they're not going to do the digging for you. But you can fill out that form, or what you can also do is send an email to Discord's copyright agent, or you can send Discord a letter directly. And well, that's exactly what Nexon did with their legal team. They sent a letter directly to Discord, and the subject is DMCA takedown request. Now, we'll notice it's focusing on MapleStory, and as we scroll down, we enter the list. But this massive list that you see in front of you is every single person that Nexon wants to find information on so they can put them in jail and sue their ass.
I'm suing your ass for millions.
Now, taking a look at one of these entries, we can see that there's the server name of the Discord server, and we can see the website, Discord server ID, infringer user ID, the invite code of the Discord server, and an example message link of the infringing copyright activity. Now, when there's a Discord invite link, you know what I do. I pull up my alt account, Brad Armpit, and I start trying to join these servers. And it turns out, if we go through the list, most of these servers are already taken down, or the invite links have expired, and this just continues on and on and on until there was one server that I found that actually exists. Now, the interesting thing is that we can actually copy this message link, put it into Discord, and try to see what is this horrible copyright infringement that's happening. Anyways, from here on out, I'm going to be using Google Translate, so things will look, can understand what's going on. But this was supposed to be a download link to these guys' private server. But as you can see, the server is basically completely shut down. There hasn't been an announcement since April 25th of 2024.
That's what's hilarious. They're attacking these old servers that don't even run
by
anymore.
taking it down, or these guys got a heads up and they deleted it themselves. But then taking a look at the server directly underneath the previous one that I looked at, it is also up. But if we look at the translations, what is the heinous thing that these guys are doing? They're adding different types of accessories to
And
the
this
game.
is what's hilarious. A lot of these private servers make their own cosmetics. They don't even use Nexons after a while because they start making their own. But they don't charge you money. Like, all you do is vote for them on like the private server link lists for like how good they are. That's the only thing they want. Like, you can donate. I think if you donate, you get like obviously compensation, extra cash. But most of these servers have free cash, make their own cosmetics, pay their own like wages. Like, you can donate to help them, but they don't request you do it or anything. Most of these people it's a passion project. So they were doing it before Nintendo was doing it, basically.
Basically just modding the game, or just adding little tweaks. Battleship movement speed and jump power modified. Battleship stamina modifications.
Right to jail, right away.
These are people that are just playing a modified version of the game, and they're being put in prison alongside murderers and, you know, actual...
Like, yeah, and they're trying to put the people that play it away.
Criminals. But then we get to another list that the Nexon lawyers made. This makes no sense to me. The wanted infringer and infringing material is the Discord server itself. Remember how I said you need a message ID showing this is the thing that is infringing our copyright? These guys said, that's cool and all, but we're lazy. In fact, if you look at these listings, it shows you the website, Discord server ID, the infringer ID, the invite code, but then they have a bot section. As you can see in this Discord server, there's nothing. They're just reporting the whole server saying it's bad. In fact, the next server underneath it has a whole bunch of user IDs that are being reported, and they also reported their Discord bot, which, well, if I put in the user ID of the bot, oh, hello, there we go. It is the old command bot. And the funny thing is that that bot does nothing. But again, it's the same thing. It's just a free MapleStory server that's old. It's free. They're not even making money from it. They just want to play the game back in
all of these servers are free. No one plays, like, I think some paid ones started popping up, but no one plays those. Like, they died almost immediately. Everyone wants to go and play the older Maples. Because the older Maples have, like, better mechanics sometimes, or, like, People want to play the original grind or silly stuff like that. Like, I've liked playing the old ones before, too. And then they've made their own mechanics sometimes and stuff.
Technically, this does break copyright laws because they're using their assets that they made. Nexon does own copyright to the old version of the game, but in the grand scheme of things, is this really taking away money?
And it's not taking away money. Oh gosh, they're playing another game. You're gonna have to copyright strike every single game, even games that have nothing to do with your game. Because that's basically what you're saying. Oh gosh, they're playing a completely different game. You don't offer the old Maple anymore. What are you crying about? I just realized how far this is up. But like, it's not affecting you. What's the problem?
Nexon, people enjoying the old version of the game, it's debatable because
it's like almost 20 years old, the server. And it's like run off of pennies.
Play the old version and pay for the new version and play both of them at the same time.
But yeah, like I would.
The rest of the server,
I kid you not, I would have a folder for the old version of the game to play it sometimes, and then I'd go to actual Maple and play that. Like, I would still play your game at the time, which I think is hilarious that they're like worried.
and I just want to show you how big of an issue this isn't. I say isn't because, look, there's this server here that has 458 members. This one has 8,000. This one has 5,000. This one has 500 members, and through the graveyard of other ones. This one has 21 members, and this one had 105. Ladies and gentlemen, we at Nexon make $1.8 billion a year, but we
with the help of rigging loot boxes, by the way. That's the only reason it's that high.
need to put 8,000 people.
Because, like, some of the people in, like, Korea and Japan and stuff are so addicted. I think there's probably people in America, too. They're so addicted to those max stat rolls.
Jail for not playing our game and spending money on it. From a pure numbers thing alone, this makes no sense. They're spending all their time legally battling tiny ants that aren't...
Like, ants! There's still millions of people playing your game. Surprisingly, I don't know how at this point. Like, their best player went on to not level up to 250 to boycott them.
Really big. It's just a small.
That shows you
little
how
group of
like
people.
tired
It's
a lot
not
of
cutting
people
into
are
your
with
profit
them.
substantially, in my opinion. But the thing is that Nexon has actually done this exact same before. Because when Nexon obtained a DMCA subpoena last October, Discord initially objected, deeming it overbroad and unduly burdensome. And I'm gonna be honest, there's no other way to explain the legal documents I'm about to show you. Because remember what was shown in the news article: promoting, supporting, or helping test private servers is also subject to punishment, including legal punishment.
Which is bonkers. Oh gosh, I said this server's great. I guess I need to go to jail.
And they weren't fucking joking. In the subpoena, Nexon provides a detailed description on how each copyright infringer utilizes Discord for their infringing activities. So these are the type of people that Nexon is reporting. They're reporting people that own the private servers, but they also want to get the information so that they can sue and put people in jail for promoting the private server, either creating a server or sending a link in DMs. Just for doing that, they want to find your information so that they could sue.
Oh, and yeah, like you told your friend, oh, this is a good game.
Or put you in jail. They're also looking for designers associated.
So the people that made new assets or like pictures
with private servers. So if you do fan art for one of these private
fan art, and they want to put you in jail.
Servers, so they add in a custom character of yours. Congratulations, you're going to jail. Well, at least in Nexon's dystopia that they're trying to actually turn into reality, which is complete asinine. And finally, they want information on cheat software sellers. Now,
which, like, on one end, I kind of like, yes, stop them. But on the other end, you never stopped them in the first place, so why are you bothering? It's gotten, like, they care so little about the cheat users that cheat users have stopped caring about the game. That's how bad it's gotten. I see less cheaters in Maple now. Like, I haven't seen them in so long because no one cares enough about Maple now. That's what's hilarious. You want to attack the old cheat makers? The people that made cheats for old Maple? It's I'm pretty sure they don't even exist anymore. That's how little
That makes sense.
cheaters do
This is
now.
kind of like normal stuff that's been done before. But it feels like they want to sue absolutely anyone who has touched or contacted or joined one of these Discord servers. Nah, okay, hold on. This is actually... I thought about this a little bit more, and while I'm editing this, I looked back at the material, and it turns out this is what Nexon actually wanted. They wanted to go into people's DMs. Nexon, in clear writing, says they are classifying private server promoters as people who are informing private server operators about server promotion costs via Discord DMs. They will need those Discord DMs to prove their legal case, assuming, you know, Nexon's gonna sue these guys and put them in jail. And it's not just for promoters, by the way. For example, informing the joined private server operators about the time and cost per design work via DMs. They want access to your DMs again. Producing image files using illustrations and sending them to private server operators via DM. Just as a reminder...
Which is like, that's extremely egregious, and like, that's looking into your, that's like, we're trying to attack your First Amendment, right, and, your privacy.
They are going out
Both
of
of
their way
those.
to try and find people that are promoting, supporting, or helping to test private servers. If you play a private server video game, Nexon wants it where they can go into your DMs and find proof of you doing this so they can legally punish you.
Yeah, just for playing it.
So Nexon asking for hosting providers and servers? It's not a mistake. They want access to Discord servers, potentially hosting providers, so that they can get and view the DMs of these people. But when we go from broad, we go to unduly burdensome. I'm going to show you one of the most, if not the worst piece of legal documents I have ever read in terms of just straight up incompetence. They even have a watermark. Erase all private servers. There's a company for this.
Which is hilarious, because there's always going to be private servers unless you guys start being, like, making these old servers available. Or, like, making, like, standalone clients of the old servers or something. Because people want to play the old versions of games.
Oh, these guys are scum. Holy hell. But inside of the subpoena, again, they have this list. Now, this
There's
is
a reason old school RuneScape is so big.
before the other list that we looked at. This is an older document. And you know when Discord said this was completely burdensome? It's because I don't think the lawyers understand how to fill out a Word document. It got that bad. For example, they are reporting this server here, which is in Korean. They give the Discord server ID, the user IDs that are infringing, an invite code, and what is the example message link of infringing activity? It's... At this point, I just give up. Don't even put in the message link. And if you keep on scrolling, it just gets better. I'm so sorry. I can't keep my shit together right now. They're reporting a server called Ares MS. They provide a website, as if Discord can magically do anything about it. They provide a Discord server ID, some user IDs. They provide an invite code, and for their message link, they just give you a download link, and they say, we're unable to find the message link, so the download URL for the website is indicated.
No, that's not how that
Find
works.
the link, so here's the download link to it. And by the way, things just get worse as you keep on
someone
scrolling.
send me
Because I was
something?
looking through, they're talking
I thought I
about
heard
different
that
games,
thank
and as I
you.
kept on scrolling, something popped out at me.
Or was that a
It's this
subby?
one here that has 5 gazillion Discord user IDs
see
that
it.
are reported, and they only have one message link for proof. I forgot Discord's new feature, where 30,000 people can send one message that's infringing on copyright.
Yeah.
In fact, the reason why
No,
Discord
that's not how
said
this
was
works.
unduly burdensome and also studied rope tying techniques for themselves later on if they had to deal with this is because every single instance of infringed work that they put down contains 5 different user IDs and only one message link. And man,
Yeah.
the cherry on top is the very last thing. Again, lawyers have looked through this and they have signed off on it and said it was all good. The very last link has a Discord message link that doesn't even actually have the message ID at the end of it. You can see from above, it has 3 chunks of numbers. It's the server ID, the channel ID, and the message ID. This one just has the server ID and the channel ID. This is not even a message link. Discord is sent this legal document and they are being asked to get all these user IDs. Most of the proof is just one message link for 5 different users. There's probably 300 Discord user IDs that are just put in this list, and Nexon's like, give us the information so we can put all these people in jail. And from there, what happened is that the parties got together, as in Discord lawyers were suffering in pain for a good handful of months, and an agreement was reached to confidently disclose basic subscriber information related to 64 64 user IDs. Remember, out of like the list of 500 in there, they got 64 user IDs. And you bet your bottom dollar, Nexon would complain about every single user ID that was removed and not given to them. Again, Discord lawyers were probably figuring out very cool knot tying techniques. But in this case, Discord was faced with a motion to compel. Nexon was basically threatening Discord and trying to force them to give all of those user IDs. So at this point, hopefully I painted a very good picture that Discord absolutely does not like dealing with Nexon. In fact, the company did not envision that Nexon would return to court with similar requests a few months later. But ladies and gentlemen, that rage accumulated and has manifested in the most legal, big dick energy thing I have ever seen in my life. Mariah, you're an absolute champion. Because in response to the DMCA subpoena
you're gonna
that
love
was sent
Discord
to
for this,
Discord
guys.
on behalf of Nexon Korea, Discord has already cooperated with your firm to compromise on providing basic subscriber information for a distinct set of 64 user IDs in response to an overly broad and unduly burdensome subpoena issued by your firm in October 2023 containing infringement allegations for 6 Nexon copyrights. We at Discord dealt with your bullshit and produced that information to your firm on June 13th, 2024. Now, you appear to be demanding additional information for yet more user IDs, which you allege infringe one of the same copyrights you have already asserted. You are attempting to renegotiate a deal that has already been struck and fulfilled. Your actions are improper. Discord is committed to fulfilling its obligations under the law, but acting as your copyright assertion partner is not one of them. And the reason why Discord says that is because Nexon cannot fill out a fucking basic form. They tried
like
once,
they're forcing
they failed,
Discord
and
to have to fill out the
negotiate
form
with Discord
themselves.
for months. They tried again and they failed. And by the way, the whole reason why I'm pissed off about this is because this is consuming Discord's legal team's time. While Discord's legal team is dealing with his absolute incompetence, that's taking away their time from other more important legal requests. Like getting
this is more
information
important,
on
guys.
tweets on Discord.
Let's stop this, please. Nexon, get the hell away. Let them deal with this.
And instead it's being focused on trying to fucking sue and put people in jail for playing a private server of a video game.
Which isn't
Absolutely
a crime.
Fucking ridiculous. Anyways, back on topic. Your firm continues to make improper and overly burdensome demands in a manner inconsistent with legal stuff, including immediate threats of motion practice and non-existent legal matters. This approach is not in line with the rules of procedure or professional conduct. Therefore, Discord is prepared to file a motion to quash your May-June subpoenas and any future improper subpoenas issued by your firm on behalf of Nexon. We ask that you immediately withdraw your subpoenas and cease issuance of further defective subpoenas, service, and processes. I could say so much about this.
Basically, too long didn't read. TLDR, too long didn't read. Either retract your previous subpoenas, or we will make it where you never can make a subpoenas again. And also, by the way, never do it again. We're done with you.
But all of it summarizes to Mariah the lawyer having the biggest
Like,
legal
basically,
stuff
they
that
said,
Nexon is doing.
frick you, we have free speech here. Goodbye.
22 objections. Fucking wild. But the important ones I want to point out is Objection 2. Discord objects to the request as seeking the disclosure of electronic communications strictly prohibits Discord, a service provider within the meaning of the SCA, which is Stored Communications Act, from disclosing the contents of communications to third parties. If it hasn't clicked for you yet, the disclosure of electronic communications means Discord giving Nexon people's DMs and messages. And in fact, most of the objections that are in here is Discord actually rallying for user privacy. Objection 3 says Discord objects to the request because, as a matter of internal policy, Discord respects the right of its users to anonymity and privacy regarding, among other things, personally identifying information and commercial information. Objection 13 also says that Discord objects to the request as infringing its users' decision to remain anonymous, which is an aspect of their freedom of speech protected by the First Amendment. The request improperly seeks to unmask anonymous speakers and consequently compel disclosure of material protected by the First Amendment. They're going full American on these bad
Yeah,
boys.
but, like, it drags me to my previous, one of my other things I wanted to talk about. A lot of people are really celebrating the whole, like, banning kids from social media accounts and stuff, but the problem is, if they do that, one of the things they'll have to do is make it where you use basically your ID to sign in, which will remove and on enemy. Please stop, boy. But yeah, like when you try to champion these big companies, you're forgetting. When people try to champion these big companies, they're forgetting these companies do not care. They will stab you in the back the second they get the chance.